Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Here we have the Chemsis and the sourdough and the chocolate diesel. All of that makes what? Atlantic glue. It's my first go on this from Therismos craft. Now, this is going to be a kind of like, you know, I'm not sure about it because it's up there in quality, yeah. So it is up there. Is it worth the £100? Yeah, it's worth the £100. It's up there, but it's lacking any like distinct terpenes or any sort of special flavour or any sort of taste that, you know, resembles anything other than just the chem look or the Chemsis in there, which is obviously, you know, the lineage of that. You know, we'll get into that. You know, outside we've got enough Stardog. So this was a bad move on my part, and that's why when I first went for the Therismos craft, I went for the Queen Sangria, because obviously, without even checking, you can hear by the name that the terps are going to be crazy, and they were, as the review will tell you if you go and see that. But this here, yeah, it's like, it's a 50-50 on it, because it's like, I suppose people that love gas, yeah, they'll be alright with it, but it still doesn't have that much special flavour like, for example, farm gas, and farm gas is slightly cheaper. So in some ways, you know, I can see why it's £100, because it's got slightly exquisite, something exquisite going on with the look of it. It's, you know, which is produced well. You know, it's done well. Big calyxes as well. But, you know, all of that, I think is, and obviously the THC, 29%, that's what's adding up to the price. And obviously, when I spoke to the clinic, a few actually, they said that they're basing the prices on when things go above about 25%. So anything above 25% goes up past £65 and 75 to 85 minimum. So that's a rule of thumb that I worked out from them. They didn't tell me directly like that, but I worked it out, and then they sort of insinuated it that anything above 25 is charged at 85 or more. So, you know, like before, when I found a few special ones that were £55, that was possible because obviously the THC level was around 22 or something. But you know, that didn't matter, because 22 sometimes beats some of these. You know, this especially 29 it doesn't feel any stronger than some of the ones at 25. So I can see why it's expensive, and it does justify the expense in the look of it, and in the overall cleanliness of it, and just the overall production of it. But you know, so it can demand £100, and that's why they're able to do that, as it does sort of command that. But taste wise, I wouldn't go for it, because it's a glue, tastes like it's not even a Gorilla Glue, it's the strains I mentioned at the beginning, and the chocolate diesel doesn't really come through in there. Sourdough, not really, and mostly the Chemsis. So it's a mixed bag with this one. I think probably they put too many strains, a bit like the what do you call it, the Blitz, the way that was blitzed together as per that review, if you want to check that out. Interesting strains we've been seeing. You know, it's kind of disappointing that I'm seeing so many strains that are just lackluster in taste and flavour. So far, Queen Sangria is my number one, but it's £100. So is it worth the £100? That one definitely. But even then, can you afford to buy, you know, 2 ounces of that, or 4 ounces of that, or whatever you're prescribed, an ounce or half, you know, whatever it is you're prescribed? Can you afford hundreds of pounds of it on those tubs? I'm not sure. Therismos, but they do exceed with the Queen Sangria. So I'd like to see the new strains they bring out. I definitely know if they're terpene related, like blueberry or something, some high fruit in there, then we're gonna be laughing. But right now, yeah, overall it's still a 8 out of 10 in presentation and overall quality and effect. But I didn't find it very, stronger than any other strain in particular. And taste-wise, like I said, it's kind of lacking what I'm looking for. But for those that are into just a basic bland, one flavour the whole tub, one basic flavours or not, yeah, then they'll be alright. But yeah, if you're looking for exotic terps, it's not the one. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Hope it's been helpful. That's the Therismos Craft Atlantic Glue. Peace out. This is just the edit here. When I said in the video that it didn't have any glue in it, Gorilla Glue, I just meant that it's quite far away in the lineage. It's 3-4 generations away because of the Chemsis and the sour dub and the chocolate diesel. So that's all I was saying. I didn't mean to. When I just played it back, obviously I realised that it came out wrong. And that's the issue of not scripting these videos, but I find them more honest without scripting them, so I just like to keep it like that. I was scripting for some of the first few videos, but anyway, yeah, so Gorilla Glue is in there, but it's way up in the lineage. More coming through is just like chem, really, just glue and chem. And the chocolate diesel doesn't come through, neither does the sour dub. But that's it. Still at 8 out of 10, and presentation is definitely there. Hope it helps. Peace out.